Hey, what's up guys, it's Austin here, and in today's video I'm gonna go highlight the monsoon project and show you some of the monsoons and a lot of the Het monsoons we have here. A lot of them look super cool, and I showed up a little bit late today because I had a podcast this morning, and so there's not much for me to do, so I just thought I'd show you a bunch of really cool snakes. So before we get into that, huge shout out to Mutation Creation, and let's get right into this video. So for the first snake I thought I'd show in today's video is going to be this Annery Motley Img Boa. And last time I showed you her, she was in shed, but when she comes out of shed, she looks really dark black, and then she has these really nice iridescence, and iridescence is these rainbow colors you're seeing. It just looks super cool when the light shines on her. And if I were to take another light like my phone right here and just shine it on her, you could definitely go and see even more iridescence, which just looks super cool. And we'll actually take a look at her under a black light, as we're gonna look at some other snakes under the black light. Right here we have the Leopard Monsoon female, and she's also 50% het for pied. And Monsoon's a really cool project. It's still very new and there hasn't been too many combos made, but this Leopard Monsoon is definitely one of the coolest ones that I've seen so far. I just love the granite look it has on the side, all the peppering, and just really has almost like a labyrinth of pattern all throughout the whole snake. And just love how the dorsal is just a little bit more highlighted and it fades out a little darker to the sides. And as you can tell, this snake even has some iridescence going on. So if you can see, it has a little bit of a rainbow sheen. You can see it a lot better inside a person, but just like the boa I showed earlier, but obviously not even close to the same degree. And I'm pretty sure if we were to add some darker morphs into the monsoon with the leopard, we might be able to go and turn that up a notch and maybe even get it to be as iridescent as the boa was. So now we're going to move on to another monsoon we have here, but I'm just going to have to grab the black light, so you're going to have to give me a second to switch rooms and grab that, and we'll go and do that. And then I'll show you some other possible monsoons we have, as well as some really cool hets, and some of them just look amazing. The combos are awesome, and then you can see the het influence just makes it look that much better. So let's go and do that right now. Right here we have a breeder monsoon female, and it's just not a normal monsoon. This is at least a pastel super special monsoon. It's also possible super pastel, possible pinstripe, possible spot nose, so there's a lot of possibilities in here, but at the least it's a pastel super special monsoon. And you can really see that monsoon pattern in there. It's a little bit hard to see inside of those white snakes once again, because it does erase a lot of the pattern. But we're gonna get the black light out in a second, and we're gonna take a second look at this snake, and it will reveal most of the monsoon pattern. So now that we got the lights off and the black light out, we're just gonna go and look further at the pattern, and you could really start to go and see all the different pattern and how it washes down the sides like a normal monsoon. And she's actually trying to strike at me right now, so please just don't do that, thank you. And once again, just look at that really labyrinth of pattern. I love what monsoon does, and looks like we have a little bit of white speckling on her, and that could just be urate, so don't pay attention to that. But there it is. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can go and see a little bit better what I'm talking about. But there it is. And it goes all the way down to the sides like all the other monsoons do. It's just with the super special, it's just washing it out a bit. So I can't wait to go and see what this girl produces. She's definitely one of my favorite females here at Mutation Creation, and I'm pretty sure a lot of her offspring will be in the future. Right here we have a special that's double het for monsoon and for pied, which is super cool. And this is actually the brother to my special double het monsoon pied, and they almost look identical. They're fairly similar. They have very nice head stamps on them and a really nice whacked out pattern. We're gonna kill two birds with one stone here and show you two Het monsoons that are actually being paired right now. And I just got tagged opening up the bin. This male was super feisty. He was almost locked, and as soon as I opened it up, he lunged out and grabbed my hand. So safe to say they're not locked right now. But that is an Enchi Asphalt Special Het for Monsoon, and you can really see the Het Monsoon influence on the head stamp there. It almost looks like a butterfly, but a little more wackier. And then you have all the connecting pattern along the sides, over here just banding over with some really nice speckling inside. Real telltale of the Het Monsoon. And Enchi just cleans it up a little bit better, but you're still able to go and tell that it is Het, which is super cool. And then here we have, sorry guys, the camera just cut out, but once again, this is a Spider Mojave, 66% Het Monsoon. I'm not 100% sure she's going to prove out, but fingers crossed, so comment down below if you think the spider's going to prove out. So right here we have another really cool pairing that could produce some really nice monsoons. We have this Pastel Super Special that's possibly leopard, possibly a few other things in it, but it is Het for Monsoon at least, or it could even be a monsoon. We're not too sure, and we're gonna go investigate after this. I'll pull them out and we'll go check them under the black light. But let's take a look at the female first, and here we have a Bumblebee Mojave Het for Monsoon, and you can just really see the Het Monsoon influence towards the tail here. It just whacked out the pattern completely, especially over here as well. And then around the top we have a similar pattern to that last Spider Mojave I just showed you that was also Het for Monsoon. So really cool. In both of these pairings, I can't wait to go and see some monsoons hatch out. That male, I just secluded him from the female. We're gonna take a closer look with the black light, but I just want to give you a closer look without the black light. Sorry we have all this coconut on him. I did try to wash a little bit of it off before, but not all of it's gonna come off the stain, but he will look really nice and pristine when he sheds, and maybe I'll give you guys another glimpse then. But just giving you a quick look before we put the black light on him. Let's get the black light on him right now. And we're going to take a closer look under with the black light, and right here we can see some of that pattern, and it's not sufficient enough to say that it is a monsoon, but it definitely looks like a Het, especially with that head stamp. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it has a really intricate pattern on the head stamp, which is a really nice Het monsoon marker. We also have all this really nice speckling coming down the sides, so who knows, this possibly could actually be a monsoon. So fingers crossed. Comment down below a bunch of prayer hands that this guy could prove out to be monsoon. He's also possible Het Pied, which just makes it that much better. So if this is a monsoon Het Pied super special pastel leopard craziness, that would be so nice, and just can't wait to go and see what he makes. This is by far one of the nicest snakes here at Mutation Creation, and this is a Banana Enchi Special GHI Het for Monsoon, and this thing is just insane. I love the intense oranges and almost red hues it has, and it has all the really nice yellows. It's just a beautiful snake, and this girl was in shed and a lot of stuck shed. That's why she is wet. I just got her out from soaking her to make her look really nice for this video, and I just can't get enough of this girl. I can't wait to go see Banana Monsoons. I think Banana Monsoons are going to be crazy, and imagine a Banana Enchi GHI Special Monsoon. That would just blow my mind. I couldn't imagine what this combo would look like inside of the monsoon. We probably have to call it tiger with all these stripes on it. I just think it's going to be a wonderful combo, and I can't wait till she lays. So here's that pie girl I was showing you that ovulated a couple videos back, and I just want to show you her progress. She's at the tail end of her ovulation, and you can really see how much more she's glowing than last time. Her colors have definitely brightened up and just looking amazing. And if we were to look her over, you can really well see that swollen area right there. See if I can make it look a little bigger for you guys. It's gonna be a little bit harder, and it is the tail end once again, so there is pretty much eggs all up in her, which is really cool, and I just can't wait to go and see what comes out of this clutch, because once again this is my female, and it is a split pairing with Billy, and we're just gonna make some really cool pieds that are Het for clown, orange dream pieds, pastel orange dream pieds. Can't wait for it, just super excited. This girl right here is a Leopard Special Yellow Belly Het for Monsoon, and she's also possible Het for Pied, and I think she's gonna prove out Het Pied because you got all the chaining here and a nice little dorsal stripe. And I've told you guys in a whole bunch of other videos, when you have a lot of chaining towards the tail, it's a really good sign for Het Pied, especially in leopard, because leopards did come from pieds at first, and a lot of the first leopards were Het Pied, and when they trickled down the line, you got a lot of 66% Hets and 50% Hets that were being sold as just leopards. So if you have a leopard that's striped, chances are that it is het for pied. So if you want to go and try proving that out, definitely go and breed a pied to it. But this girl is a yellow belly, and we're 100% sure, even though it's kind of hard to tell. She does have a little bit of speckling, but the craziness on the belly is really from the special, and the leopard, it tends to do that a lot, especially on the father of this clutch. It's that one that Billy highlighted, or Justin highlighted in that video when he came to Mutation Creation back in 2018. But really cool snake here. Yet we know for sure it's a yellow belly because it was bred from an ivory. So super happy to go get the yellow belly into the Monsoon project, and can't wait to get Freeway in it in the future. This is a super special combo. We're not too sure what it is. We think we have leopard inside of it from what we can see. But in a second for you, I'm gonna go turn the lights off, get the black light, shine it on it, and show you what we have here. But my guess is this is a super special pastel leopard het for Monsoon. It could possibly even be a Monsoon. It was a head-to-head pairing. And the reason I call the other one a het, even though it's only a 66% het, is because we can definitely tell and see the het Monsoon markers. And just like seeing a ringer on a het pied, it's definitely that much reassuring that it's going to prove out. So here is that exact same snake under a black light, and you can just see how well the black light really shows pattern that you couldn't see before. And now I'm definitely thinking that there's leopard in this snake, especially with this line right there. I'm not too sure about the Monsoon. Definitely looks het, especially with that head stamp it has. I'm not sure how well the camera's gonna pick that up, but you see some really nice head stamp on there. It looks like there's also pastel maybe in there with the washed out head, but definitely super special because of it's a white snake. And it looks like we have the leopard. So my guess is a pastel leopard, super special het Monsoon. I'm not too sure about the Monsoon, but I can't rule it out fully. So pastel leopard, super special het Monsoon, possible Monsoon. So now that I'm finished with the black light for the ball pythons, like I promised before, we're gonna go take a look at that nice black boa under the black light. So let me just open her tub for you, and I cannot even see her right now, but once we get the light on her, you can see that she is in shed already. Once again, her eyes are going opaque, but you could really just see that nice iridescence, and wow, does this really make it stand out. I'm not too sure how it's coming up on the camera, but it really shines in person. We have a nice purple hue, and we just see a rainbow over it. On the camera I can see that we have some blues and some purples, but not so many other colors like you can see in real life. And there's actually one more boa here I wanted to check. So we have that all white boa, the Super Fire or Princess Diamond, and there she is. And let's just see if we have any hidden pattern on the white boa as well. So I'm not too sure if anybody's ever done this, but right away I'm seeing something on the head. We have some, looks like a little bit of pattern, and as we look, all I'm really seeing is those spots. I'm not too sure. Looks like we have some type of markings on the side there. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be any other genes in here, or even what a Super Fire boa is supposed to look like under a black light, but this is what we're seeing here. Let me just zoom in a bit for you guys and show you that pattern I'm seeing on the side, if the camera can pick it up. It's very faint. Looks like some stripes, some squiggly lines. I don't know how well it's picking it up, but super cool. We even have some little bit of pattern right there. So not what I was expecting on the all white boa. I was hoping we could see more, but maybe if we put some other genes into it and it's being hidden by the Super Fire, that's a nice way to go and pop them out. So maybe the future will tell. So for the last ones I'm going to show you are going to be on this wall, and this is our hatchling wall here. These were all hatched in the last couple of months. Even some of them more over here hatched pretty recently. We have one that actually just crawled out of the egg 2 days ago, so super cool about that, and I'll show you guys that maybe later in this video. But I'm going to show you the possible het monsoons here, and I'm just going to show you the ones that I think are going to prove out and the different combos. Let's get into that right now. Right here we have a Mojave het monsoon, and you can see how the het monsoon influenced the pattern. We have that little head stamp at the top. We have some wacky pattern along the sides, some weird connecting pattern over here, and just some extra dots or speckling with throughout. Monsoon tends to go and mess patterns up and just whack them out a bit, so go and look in your possible het or even your het monsoon clutches for the wackiest snakes, and I guarantee you that those are the ones that are probably going to prove out. Here is a very feisty asphalt special het monsoon, and we have that really nice het monsoon head stamp right there. and we have the nice circles going down the back and the overall really wacky pattern. And this came from an Enchy Asphalt Special Het Monsoon male, and you could just see that really nice asphalt flaming coming up the sides, all the speckling on the belly. Let me just flip this over and hopefully not get tagged here. But just what a crazy belly, and I think the Het Monsoon is attributing to this and just making it that much more wackier. So can't wait to go and see some Freeway monsoons, like I said a little bit earlier. I wasn't sure if we had any asphalt Het Monsoons, but now I'm sure we do, so really cool and can't wait for that. This is an asphalt Het Monsoon, so without the special like the last one, you can already see that there's not as many red tones along the dorsal. We have more of a black tone, and the head was definitely turned down a notch because when special is in Het Monsoon, it gives that really nice head stamp. But the yellow belly definitely did not take that much away because you still have a really cool head stamp there. And just look how wacky this pattern is. Once again, we have that bunching along the sides and just that wackiness of the lines. We even have some dots in here. Not as many as the other combos, but really cool. This is a Pastel Special Het Monsoon, and this is a great example of what the Het Monsoon can do, because we have a lot of other Pastel Special Het Monsoons that are not half as wacky as this one. This one really took that Het Monsoon influence to the next level. We have really just wacky splurts of pattern there, through here, and even throughout the rest of the dorsal, which is just super cool. All this connecting pattern looking really wacky along the sides and just random dots throughout. Just super cool, and I couldn't be more pleased with this female. Can't wait to see her grow and see the monsoons that she produces. Here's a pinstripe special Het Monsoon, and another great example of how much wackier the Het Monsoon makes it. You can see that really wacky head stamp right there, and just throughout the whole pattern we have a lot of connecting, a lot of dots, and just wackiness throughout, and just looks super different than your normal pinstripe special, or even your pinstripe Mojave, which is a jigsaw and supposed to look a little bit more crazier. So once again, Het Monsoon, I'm not too sure if it's a het. I think it's more of a codom, or a subtle codom with a really crazy super. So tell me what you think down below in the comment section. Right next to that last girl I showed you is her sister, and this is a Pastel pinstripe special, so a lemon blast special, and once again a really wacky pattern. I would not be surprised if this proved out Het Monsoon, especially with just all the craziness. I've seen plenty of lemon blast specials and lemon blast Mojaves or jigsaw blasts, and they look nothing close to this, especially with that really nice connecting pattern along the neck. Het Monsoon, guys. Here we have just a normal female, but she is het for monsoon. And just look how much the Het Monsoon influence came in. Once again, we have that connecting pattern along the sides, right there, 2 or 3 bunched up together. We have a little bit of the Het Monsoon head stamp, but doesn't usually show up that much on the normals, so it's okay there. And just throughout, we just have a really wacky pattern, some dots on the top, and just some things you generally would not see on a normal ball python. So holding this girl back, can't wait to see what we make from her, and I'm pretty sure the future will be bright. So right here we have a lemon blast crystal, also known as a Pastel pinstripe Mojave special, and this one's super cool. I love the blushed out head, but I also love what the Het Monsoon influence did to the snake. We have some disconnecting right behind the neck of the head. It's kind of hard to see, it breaks up, but I bet if there wasn't Pastel in there, we'd see a really wacky head stamp from the Het Monsoon. And then you just have this super whacked out pattern along the sides. We have all this connecting along the sides and breaking up. And just the dorsal pattern is just really broken and just so much different than all the rest I have seen and all the other lemon blast crystals. So really hoping this girl proves out. This is a Bumblebee special, and once again, possible Het Monsoon. We have all this wackiness and connecting of the pattern. We have some pattern coming up into the dorsal and just whacking out the whole dorsal pattern. And some parts we have the really solid dorsal stripe like it should be throughout the snake, but especially towards around here, it just gets totally whacked out. And that's where we're seeing those Het Monsoon influences around here, as well as on the other side. And even towards the top over here, we're having all these specklings, just weird connectings of pattern, which we're seeing in a lot of the other Het Monsoons. So really cool combo, and I think Spider is definitely going to be a staple in the Monsoon project, because Spider and Freeway definitely did something crazy, and I would not be surprised if it did something crazy in the Monsoon, especially with the prices that Dave Green is asking for Spider heads. So keep a lookout for that. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope all you guys enjoyed it, and there's going to be a lot more monsoons and het monsoons to come, so I'm going to keep you guys posted on that and show you all the really cool things we make here at Mutation Creation. And I want to end off on another really cool note. So right here is a Pastel Leopard Freeway. This male is 66% het clown, and I really love what Pastel and Leopard do inside of the Freeway. It brings in all these really nice dark tones, as well as lighting it up towards the bottom. It almost looks like a storm is going on in the snake, with all the darkness being the sky, the white being the clouds, and the yellow being lightning. It's just super cool. And Billy was lucky enough to hatch a few of these out over the years, and all of them have a very similar head stamp. Let me see if I can show you guys right over here. Almost looks like a monster with his tongue out. And if you guys look at my last Freeway video where I show you the other Pastel Leopard Freeway, 66% het clown, or was it a 50% het clown? Don't remember off the top of my head, but if you go and check it out, you'll see the exact same head stamp on that snake and how this snake is going to progress into adulthood. So go and check out that video if you haven't already, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Calm down, you're not going to bite me today. Maybe you will, I don't know, but I'm gonna go put him back. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys out on the next one. Peace out.